In the dark of night, while watching Fox News, have you ever found yourself afraid to answer this question, tingling in the back of your mind? How did the Trumps rise to power? Well, I hope you're in a well-lit room before attempting to explore these 5 chilling theories that explain the Trumps' rise to power. Whether it's the slender man of the White House, animal sacrifice, or an unholy fear of water, these theories will shock you to your core and make you question your whole reality. Number 5. Donald Trump's odd behavior when it comes around to drinking water has made quite the splash in the news. Many people like to speculate on his physical conditions that make him drink water like a baby from a sippy cup. But I have a different theory, a much more chilling theory as to why he drinks water this way. It is based on 2 tenets. The first tenet is water and its role in religious ceremonies. Water is used as a purifying element in religious ceremonies such as baptisms. It is also used to repel demons or hurt the flesh of people that have been touched by the devil.
What's that?
Holy water.
You keep it away. It burns!
The second tenet has to do with Donald Trump being the deal maker. I believe that the art of the deal is actually just code for deal with the devil, and that if you read the book backwards, it will simply outline the contract between the devil and Trump to obtain earthly success. This would easily explain why he has achieved such a level of success despite all the obstacles working against him, such as a lack of intelligence, decency, and common sense. He has somehow risen to be the president of the United States and build a real estate empire. So if he did make a deal with the devil, he is touched by the devil and therefore vulnerable to the purifying power of water. So then you would ask, why does he even bother drinking water? Even though he made a deal with the devil, he still started out as a man and therefore has the same biological needs as any other man. This would explain his obsession with Diet Coke, because Diet Coke would still have water in it, but it would be highly diluted, allowing him to satisfy his thirst while reducing the risk of physical harm. Take a look at this clip where he's trying to show that he can drink water like a normal man. Take note of how concentrated his face is and how slowly he moves the water, how much care is given. Also, what's very interesting about this clip is he somehow has mind control over the crowd in convincing them that drinking water is a great feat of human strength. But the most telling part of this clip is that as soon as he's done drinking, he tries to get the water as far from his body as possible. I don't know, this theory seems to be very sound. If you agree or find any holes in it, please let me know in the comments. Number 4. Many cultures have practiced animal sacrifice for a variety of reasons, from repelling natural disasters to prolong life or just the general well-being of a society. So what if Donald Trump Jr. still practices animal sacrifice for personal gain and political gain? One of the most common animals offered for sacrifice is the goat or the sheep. So I find it very interesting that in 2019, Donald Trump Jr. traveled to Mongolia to hunt down and kill an endangered sheep. I would even suggest that the rarity of the sheep increased the power of the sacrifice. In fact, if you look at the timeline, the facts are very haunting and chilling. Within 24 hours of stealing this man's horse and this man's clothes, Donald Trump has sacrificed the sheep. Almost immediately after that, his father was acquitted of all charges during the impeachment. Let me know what you think about Donald Trump Jr. and if he used the animal sacrifice to get daddy out of trouble. Donald Trump Jr. seemed to use these same rituals to increase his strength. Before a hunting trip, Donald Trump is only able to lift 375 pounds. This is a weight that is easily lifted by this high school student, as well as this lady here. So as you can see, at this point in time, before the sacrifice, Donald Trump Jr. has only the strength of a child or a full-grown woman. What's interesting is that following the sacrifice, he posted a Murph time, which is a workout for CrossFit that would rival some of the elite athletes in that world. So the question automatically comes, how can he perform at such a level? It would only stand to reason that these sacrifices were the source of his strength increases. Number 3. The Trickster is no stranger to North American mythology, a creature that changes form, sometimes known as a skinwalker. Is it possible that Ivanka Trump is one of these skinwalkers? If you look at her face over the years, it has seemed to have an unnatural transformation. Every aspect of her face has changed, from her nose to her teeth to her mouth, even her body. She has gone through a major transformation that is definitely not natural. You may be quick to suggest that it is cosmetic surgery, but then you must also remember, Donald Trump likes to talk about his good genes, almost flaunting his supernatural family in front of us. So why would someone with such good genes need to go through cosmetic procedures? They wouldn't. Number 2. I'm not saying Jared Kushner is a slender man, but I think there are too many similarities between Jared Kushner and the Slender Man to ignore the possibility that they may be one and the same. The first and most obvious is that Jared Kushner fits the description completely of the Slender Man. A tall, slim man, always wearing suits with an expressionless face. The second is his behavior, more specifically the way he moves. Jared Kushner is infamous in the White House for just appearing in the background, much like the Slender Man does in photos. The staff of the White House has commented numerous times. No one ever sees him entering or exiting rooms. He is just there, like a presence. And his supernatural ability just to appear and navigate into the background has also worked on a more abstract level. He just kind of appeared as a player at the White House. And that is due in part because they didn't do a background check. Donald Trump insists that he waived the background check. Is it possible that he knew they would find an unnatural origin? And would it lead to them even looking at past deals that Donald Trump himself had made, possibly with the devil? Number 1. The next subject of controversy is Donald Trump's dance. He has a weird forward lean and is often poked fun of in the media and late night shows.
There's one Donald Trump quirk that hasn't gotten the media attention it deserves, and that has to be the way he stands.
There's been much speculation about some medical reason as to why Donald Trump stands this way. I've come down to a simple explanation. He has the lower half of a goat. While that sounds shocking, just hear me out. A satyr is this creature that had goat legs and a human body, so it would stand to reason that these myths are based in fact. Right here you see the exterior skeleton of a goat. Now look what happens when I superimpose this on Donald Trump's lower half. It seems to line up perfectly, explaining his weird stance, and also his ill-fitting clothes. To really drive the point home, I found this video in which a YouTuber has made satyr legs for cosplay. As you can see, she has the exact same stance as Donald Trump. Or could it also be that the goat legs were a condition of his original deal with the devil? For Lucifer has also been referenced as having goat legs. So that concludes my list of my top chills list of the Trumps. If you found this terrifying, please like and subscribe. I obviously don't talk like this. I'm trying to actually just interpret the chills video, and it's incredibly hard to do the voice. So if you made it this far, and you're entertained, help me out. Subscribe, like, be part of the army.